with fans here at home. Well, we want to begin with the Pinger. He's live up in Toronto. He's got highlights for us. Ping.
Yeah, that was a tough one. You mentioned that sixth inning. That was an unbelievable inning. 9 runs in that inning. The Dodgers came in here, one of the hottest teams, obviously, in the postseason, 9-1. They had won 20 of their last 24, so something had to give. They had a week off, remember, after they won the NLCS last week against Milwaukee in a sweep. You could say maybe they were a little rusty, but they say, hey, it's just game 1. We'll be back here for game 2 tomorrow night, and we'll just kind of, as they were saying afterwards, we're going to flush it out. And as it played out just like this, you know, Blake Snell was red hot. 3 wins in the postseason with an ERA of 0.86. Let me show you some of these highlights here from Rogers Center on this Friday night. So the Dodgers are 1-11 all-time on the road in Game 1 of the World Series. That only win coming in 1963 against the Yankees. Now, Snell looked to change all that, but did not have his best stuff. Only got through 5 innings and got into the 6th, but that was it in the 4th. Dalton Varsho drills that 2-run homer to center that ties the game. In the 6th, with a full count on his 100th pitch, Snell beans Varsho to load the bases with no outs. His night was over. Emmett Sheehan out of the bullpen. Normally a starter was not any better. First batter he faces, Ernie Clement right there, singles the center. The go-ahead run comes in. It's a 3-2 game. Then after walking another run, the disaster inning continues. Andres Jimenez singles to right to make it 5-2 Toronto. All those runs charged to Snell. Anthony Bond to replace Sheehan. And the first man he faces a pinch hitter. Addison Barger blasts the first pinch hit for a grand slam in World Series history. A grand slam. Never has happened. 9-2 Blue Jays, and Toronto was not done. Alejandro Kirk puts the exclamation point. 2-run shot. 9-run 6th inning. The second most ever in an inning. The lone in World Series history, the lone bright spot. Ohtani, well, nobody even cheered for the Ohtani's home run. 2-run shot in the 7th. His first World Series career homer. 6th this postseason. The Dodgers, tough one. They got to the bullpen tonight, and that was the key to success for Toronto as they win 11-4. But they're going to flush this out. They look forward to tomorrow night. We caught up with the guys afterwards in the clubhouse, and let's start with Blake Snell, who had a really rough outing, but he took responsibility for his night.
We're confident. We know how good we are, but you know, it was a tough game, and then they came out swinging. They had a better game, and you know, it's 4 games. You got to win 4.
I just thought tonight Blake just didn't have good fastball command. You know, he was working deeper counts. You know, when he had count leverage, you really couldn't put him away because they were putting the ball in play. And, you know, there were just a couple bad walks in there. But you got to give those guys credit. They certainly fought.
It's kind of hard to go undefeated. But, you know, you got to just flush it, get ready for tomorrow, and just be ready. And when the name's called, just go out and execute.
So tomorrow they will be back in this building, Rogers Center. Yoshinobu Yamamoto needs to have an amazing game just like he did in Game 2 of the NLCS, because the bullpen for the Dodgers, we know it's been weak, and that was the big difference tonight. This team can hit Toronto, and they got to that bullpen. Blake Snell did not have his stuff. So tomorrow night, same time, 5:14 Pacific time, first pitch will fly. Don't count the Dodgers out. It's only game 1, as they were talking about after the game tonight. And, of course, games 3 and 4 will be back in Los Angeles on Monday and Tuesday. I'll have much more for you coming up in sports.
All right, Pinger, we'll look forward to it. Of course, goes without saying, the Dodger fans feeling a little blue tonight, but it's early, as Pinger said, in the series, and the games really have just begun.
KTLA's Lindsay Pena is live in Lincoln Heights, where she hung out with some fans tonight who remain true blue and optimistic. Lindsay.
Absolutely, Sharon, Rick. We watched the game here at Benny Boy Brewing in Lincoln Heights. It's only a few minutes from the stadium, and it attracts a lot of fans during games. Now, obviously, this wasn't how they were expecting the night to go, but like you said, it's still early, and they have time to turn things around. It was a packed house at Benny Boy Brewing for Game 1 of the World Series.
Dodgers all the way!
Fans ready to see their Dodgers take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Benny Boy opened 4 years ago here in Lincoln Heights, not far from Dodger Stadium, and has quickly become a go-to spot for supporters of the Boys in Blue.
The vibe is cool. Everyone's very supportive people for the Dodgers, yeah.
My boys are here.
I live down the block on Boyle Heights, so this has been one of the spots that we love and enjoy, so it's definitely a good spot.
Benny Boy manager Carlos Leon says they're ready for the crowds this year.
And we've just recently upgraded the ways that we can show our games too. We have now some outdoor TVs. You can watch in the cider house for our cider lovers. We have a projector in the brewery for our beer lovers.
The brewery even teamed up with pitcher Alex Vesia for a special collaboration this season.
We have a hazy called Bullpen Dog. And Alex's team reached out to us, actually, because he really loved just what we are doing with the space, our community.
While Vesia is missing from the Dodgers World Series lineup right now because of a family matter, fans are confident the rest of the team's all-star roster can help bring home another World Series win.
Kike Hernandez. I'm wearing his jersey, so 100%, yeah, Kike.
You can't go wrong with Ohtani, right? So, yeah.
I say Mookie with the defense right now. He has 3 rings right now. He's about to get his 4th. That's the most rings on the field right now.
Kike Hernandez, baby.
That's
Kike Hernandez, yeah. That's everybody's favorite player.
Kike, definitely the popular answer tonight. Now, some of these fans tell me they're already planning on coming back here for Game 2 tomorrow night. This place will be open until midnight. That is the latest from Lincoln Heights. Lindsay Pena, KTLA 5 News. Rick and Cher, back to you.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. And you can cheer on the Boys in Blue with KTLA. We have you covered through the entire series with our team of reporters in Toronto and ready for Game 2. And for all the action anytime, just head to KTLA.com or download the KTLA app.
After a lengthy search, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass has now selected Deputy Chief Jaime Moore as the new chief of the Los Angeles City Fire Department. A 30-year veteran of the LAFD will replace interim Chief Ronnie Villanueva, who has led the department since Bass ousted then Fire Chief Kristen Crowley. Mayor Bass cited Crowley's lack of communication with her office as one of the reasons for the leadership change. Moore, though, a Los Angeles native, proud Mexican-American, who currently heads LAFD's Valley operations.
As your next chief, I will work to implement strategic changes that reflect what the department needs and what Angelinos deserve. Those changes include preparation for major disasters, including pre-deployment and staffing.
And this appointment comes just months before the first anniversary of the deadly Palisades fire. Officials recently determined that January 7th fire was reignition of an earlier blaze that the department responded to on New Year's Day.
New Florida police body cam video shows Jonathan Rinderknecht, the suspect accused of starting the deadly and destructive Palisades fire during a traffic stop in August.
What makes you say I'm going 71? Like, there's no way I'm going 71. I'm literally like working right now. They track all my statistics and my data. If I'm speeding to that extent,
Palm Bay police released this footage showing the 29-year-old former Uber driver getting a ticket for driving 71 miles per hour in a 45 zone while making deliveries. The officer notices several unmarked pill bottles in the car and asks Rinderknecht to step out while the pills are tested. The drugs were not determined to be illicit. Rinderknecht complained about difficulties earning money during the stop.
That's really ridiculous the way that they pay you. I mean, last week I worked, 60 hours, made not even $900. This week I'm at like 40 hours, not even 500. And that's like, you got to deduct all the expenses, the car, the insurance, the miles, and all that stuff.
Right.
But
I don't know. Maybe it's trying to find a different job.
Yeah, it is.
Jonathan Rinderknecht was arrested on October 8th and charged with intentionally starting the fire that reignited and became the deadly Palisades fire.
In other news, a former LAPD officer has pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder in the 2015 shooting of a homeless man in Venice. 60-year-old Clifford Proctor is accused of shooting 29-year-old Brendan Glenn twice in the back during a disturbance call 10 years ago. He claimed that had reached for his partner's gun, but the footage here from the scene appeared to contradict that account. Glenn's family says that they're relieved now that the former cop is in custody.
Anything is that, I think on behalf of myself and my family, we're just, the hope is restored that some justice will be served.
Well, that shooting sparked outrage a decade ago. Even the LAPD chief at the time called for Proctor to be charged with manslaughter. But then DA Jackie Lacey declined to charge him with anything. Proctor now being held tonight without bail.
A semi-truck driver arrested in connection to a chain reaction crash on the 10 freeway that left 3 people dead has pleaded not guilty to multiple charges this morning. Prosecutors say Jashin Preet Singh was driving at a high rate of speed and under the influence of drugs and alcohol when he slammed his truck into stopped traffic in Ontario Tuesday. In addition to the 3 people killed, 4 people were injured. They include 42-year-old Tamara Gay, and her red Dodge was pinned under another truck during the violent collision.
She's the person that checks on everyone else, and so for her, everyone having to check in on her and take care of her, it's not a good feeling for her. You know, she's a